Hello everyone, Lord Victorino here, and I just wanted to show off my latest put together. It is basically a Revision A logic with Merlin-1000 and the Dexter Revision 3B board all put together in one, and they're all of the latest versions right now as of today. And I just wanted to show you one of the neat features of Merlin right now. Right now I am playing, which is right now on, is Dragon's Lair F2 ROMs. But if I do this little trick where I hold down the action button and hold down left, it stops it. It then brings up where I could change this to anything I want, even to Space Ace, other Dragon's Lair games, enhancement prototype, enhancement regular, and the F2 ROMs. So if I want to change any of the other ones, like here's for the enhanced version without the prototype animation, and I press the action button and voila, that's what I'm playing. If I decide, well, if I want to play like the prototype with the prototype animation, well, I just select the one that has the prototype animation, press the action button, and voila, I'm playing Dragon's Lair with the prototype animation. Now, of course, what you're saying is, well, what if you want to play Space Ace? You got to go through this whole thing and whatever. And yes, you kind of do. But you can do the same thing, and it pauses the game and makes it where you can select which one you want. Let's say we want to play Space Ace regular, and it will stay that way. It freezes it up, it pauses it, you know, and that gives me time. What I'll have to do, I do have to do a little thing with Dexter. I got to switch the Laserdisc image file, and to do that, I do have to turn off Dexter. Right now, I have it to where Dexter's on a separate circuit where I can turn it off. I unplug the USB drive that has Dragon's Lair listed on it as far as the booting up Laserdisc image file, and switch it with another USB drive that's set for Space Ace instead. And then that will automatically boot up, and then I can actually play Space Ace. It doesn't really take that much time, and as you can see, it's still paused. I don't have any time limit. It takes whatever time I need to take, and it's good for me right now since I'm talking, but it's all paused, everything's fine. So now I'm going to start, and I'm going to go to the back, and I'm going to swap the USB drive out on Dexter. First I'm going to have to turn it off, just the Dexter, but the logic and everything will still be on. It's just paused right now. So I would unplug the USB drive that has the Dragon's Lair, and then plug in the one for Space Ace into the USB slot. Easy peasy. And then what I do is I would turn Dexter back on. Now Dexter will have to boot up, and then it actually updates the Dexter board, you know, and which loads the program, but it will also load the new Laserdisc image file as far as switching it over. Since I have both games together actually on the SD card, it just has to swap it over. It doesn't actually have to actually download it to the SD card. So I just want to show you that. So I'll load it up. I'll press the action button, which will start the logic, and then soon it will catch up with the Dexter board. And then when everything gets synced up, in fact, it's synced up right now. The only thing is Dexter automatically pauses on, you know, a blank frame. And so what will happen is once it gets to the section where it needs to do the freeze frame, it will, you know, or if I credit up right now, it'll automatically do it. So I'll just wait for the demo to get to the point where it will, but it's basically, it's working right now. So if I credit up, it will go to the freeze frame, and then I can press start, then everything is working fine. Or I can wait for the demo to catch up, and voila, it's all caught up. Now I'm playing Space Ace, okay? So that's really neat. That just happens on the first time when it boots up. I've noticed this before, but after it runs the demo the first time, that goes away. It's just a little blip, I think, with Dexter in particular, but otherwise it works perfectly fine after that. You'll see. I'll let it run, then you can see for yourself.
Struggle with Dexter to regain his manhood. Destroy the Infanto rays.
And as you can hear, the sound is great.
Evil boy.
So I'm not having any sound problems or anything.
Come on, Kimberly, let's go.
So, you know, it's really fantastic how this works.
Be valiant, Space Warrior. The fate of Earth is in your hand.
And as you can see, there's no sound problem this time when it comes up. And from thereafter, it works perfectly fine. So let's say instead I want to play the Space Ace enhancement. Well, I just do the same thing.
On the planet Earth. Ace is being attacked by...
Okay. And now I can Space Ace E 1.0. And voila, I'm playing, you know, Space Ace enhancement now.
Defender of justice.
So what if I want to go back to Dragon's Lair, right?
Ace is being attacked by the evil Commander Lord.
I have to do the same thing, but in reverse. Where I have to, you know, bring up the menu. And then select, let's say we want to select the Dragon's Lair prototype just for, you know, sake of argument. Just for something different. So, of course, I have to go behind here, which I'm doing right now. I got to turn off Dexter once again. I gotta unplug the USB drive that had Space Ace on it, and then plug back in USB drive that has Dragon's Lair. And then I turn back on the Dexter board. Of course, once again, it needs to boot up. And it will start updating Dexter. Now I can start this at any time. In fact, I'll start it now. So right now the logic's running, but you know, Dexter's still booting up. It's still updating to Dexter, and at the same time, after that, it will switch over to the Dragon's Lair Laserdisc image file, and then everything will sync up as properly, and it'll be working. And once again, it's already synced up and all that. It's just waiting for the code to go to the freeze frame. If I credit up, it will automatically go to the freeze frame, and then I'll just play a game. But as you can see, you know, and there it goes. It's working. I'm playing it. And then, of course, it being in the prototype animation, it will switch over to the prototype demo. And, you know, it's a lot easier this way than actually having to swap out an actual laser disc from the player and do the same thing, even though Merlin will work with the original ALDV-1000 or PR7820 and be able to do the same thing. It's just with Dexter, it's much easier. So that's all I wanted to show you. Kind of cool. And this is the latest version, and just by them by themselves, as they are right now, it's really fantastic. I mean, really, this is really incredible what I'm able to do with it. So, but supposedly there's more to come. There's more updates coming, hopefully for Dexter and for Merlin, and who knows where it'll lead us. But I mean, this is a fantastic product just as is. I just can't wait for the later versions, you know, to see what else they've added to it or made better. Well, that's all I have for now. You take care. All right. Bye bye.